Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
Okay. There we go. Now you can hear me. Haha. Now y'all can hear me. I am so sorry about that. One sec. Alright. Well, guys. We are gonna get into game number 1 here right now. Okay. So, apologies for that, my friends, for the confusion. We are about to get into game number 1. Welcome, I am Captain Canuck, aka the Real Winter Soldier, your host for this Alpha Pro Series show match between Starkiller and Railgan. Railgan? Railgananimo. Something like that. Anyways, we're going to jump into game number 1 here. It will be on Thunderbird in this Breast of 9, brought to you by Africa TV, as well as 24-Hour Fitness and GameStop, not stock. So I bet they do have stocks. Check them out, guys. All of them are fantastic companies. Holy freaking cow. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. And that out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wow. Well, you know what? That was stressful, guys. I am so sorry. But you know what isn't stressful? Working out at 24 Hour Fitness. They have tons of stuff available for you to use. They have cardio machines. They have pools. They have fitness classes, free fit plans that you can use on their app, as well as a ton of other options at their 436 locations all across America for you to go and get in shape. You can get a free 7-day trial membership, and then after that, continue on after you see the amazing potential workout options that they have to offer. Go check them out today or tomorrow, guys. You will not regret it. 24 Hour Fitness, making this possible. All right. All right. Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, guys, Starkiller won that first game by going Mass Queen Hydra against Lingbang Yuta. So that's the meta to do this. Alright. But we are going to get... Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gravies. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, oh my gosh. Here we go into game number 2. Okay. We are going into game number 2. Our problems are solved, but my heart is deflated. Okay. Welcome back to the Alpha Pro series, brought to you by Afrikia TV and Alpha X. Today, we've got a best of 9 between 2 fantastic Zerg players. I'll introduce them to you. Our purple Zerg, Spunning. In the top left side here on Kairos Junction, he is Railgun. And his opponent. He won game 1 on the back of Queens and Hydras. A classic composition. Put your hands together for Starkiller. Alright, guys. Starkiller's up to some potential shenanigans. Went pool first, either for defense or aggression. That will be yet to be determined. A drone's going to go down to pop down an expansion. We have Hatch first, out of Railgun. Now let's take a look into the ZVZ situation. This is almost as much of a gong show as PvP. Because in ZVZ, units are so fast, Zerg units are so fast, that if you don't have the proper Overlord spread and vision, Lings can just sneak around, and all of a sudden you've got 20 Lings in your base and you have 2. Now, keep in mind, if you go for banelings, let's say, 2 banelings can wipe that out. So the guy that's going aggressive has to make sure that you aren't going banelings, because 1 bad baneling hit by going up a ramp too speedily, and you're done. You're done, son. Is over. Your life, your career, is done like your dinner tonight. At 7 p.m. when you remember, ah, crap, I gotta microwave my chimichangas. Let's do that and eat some food. Yeah. Okay. So Starkiller opting not to go aggressive. He's just going for that defensive pool first. It allows you to get queens up a little bit faster and get lings if needed. Actually, never mind. He's going aggressive. It's Starkiller. What am I saying? I didn't see those things going. It's a rough time, guys. I was up late last night. There's smoke all over where I am living right now. And it's... Oh... This is by far the most embarrassing moment of my life. Just kidding, no it's not. Alright, so Roachborn coming out here for Starkiller. He's the one that's going to go for tech first. Now, there's a couple of different phases in the early game of ZVZ. You can have Lingbane Wars for 1.5 years, as players end up going up to 4 bases, maybe getting an upgrade or 2, we'll see. You can see that Railgan is opting to be prepared for that Lingbane War, but if you want to try and skip it, you can go the risky route and go for Roaches. Now this leaves a window for your Zerg opponent, if he can spot this, to mass up a bunch of Lings and flood. Because if you're going Roaches, you... At the beginning, if they have enough Lings, they will overpower the Roaches. You have to get to a certain number of Roaches in order to overpower the Lings. If you get +1 missiles attack, that actually will 2-shot the Lings, and then Lings are pretty much useless. So, Starkiller opting to not go for the standard 3rd base timing at 3 minutes that Zergs normally go for. Railgan is. And this means that he is looking to do a big Roach push off of 2 bases. He might get a 3rd a little bit later, but he is focusing on aggression. However, Railgan is looking to be aggressive himself. He's got a lot of Lings and he's built banelings onto the side. However, there are enough Roaches here to be able to deflect this. The Queens in the back will be able to help provide some buffer and potentially transfuses if there are enough energy. Lings are going to run straight into the bangs. Bangs are actually going to go straight through to the mineral line, try and take out some drones. The drones are splitting brilliantly, and only 3 will go down for a lot of banelings. Now the Roaches are going to be able to chase away the Lings, and the Lings are going to tuck their tails and wings all the way back home. The Roaches are going to slowly move across the map since Starkiller doesn't have a lair. He can't get Roach speed, so these Roaches are going to be a bit slow off of creep, but that's going to be okay. Lings are going to go and try and wrap around for a counterattack to try and pull the Roaches home, but the Roaches have committed. There are enough Lings here to defend as well as a couple Queens, so with Defender's advantage, that's going to be good. The Roaches are going to be heading right on over, and there's not a lot here. A few Banelings are going to be on the way here for Railgun, but this is not going to be enough against all these Roaches. The Lings have come back, but with the Ling reinforcements, I don't know if this is going to be enough. A nice wraparound attempt coming out of Railgun is going to force the Roaches to retreat, but now they're going to start to creep in onto the mineral line. The Queen's going to get taken out by the Lings. The Lings are going to try and run up into the main base. Banelings take out most of them. Roaches now are all that's left. The Banelings are going to run into the pack of Roaches. I'm not sure if there's enough. There's really good positioning here from the Roaches so that the Lings can't get a proper surround, and the Ling reinforcements might just be enough. The Roaches actually are looking like they're going to get cleaned up. The 4 remaining Roaches are going to stay in the mineral line. 8 drones have gone down and prevent mining there. All that is left is still more Lings. 18 more Lings on the way. Railgun isn't quite hurting for minerals, but he is quite down behind an army supply. The Lings are going to get around on these Roaches and clean it up. The Queen's going to come down, and that's going to be it. Starkiller doing some nice economic damage there, and is not going to stop. He's getting 2 more evolution chambers just to wall off in case of a Ling counterattack before he can get some more units. He has +1 missile attack on the way, as well as the lair to get that Roach speed. A couple of Queens down here on the front, and once some more Roaches pop out, he's going to be able to cancel one of those evolution chambers, or even just kill it. Lings staying on across the map and are going to provide more harassment and keep some units at home. 2 more drones are going to go down as the Lings are going to run into the main base. Actually, yeah, the evolution chambers are going to finish just because he's not feeling quite secure enough to be able to do that. The nice thing that Railgan's got going for him here is that he's got that third base. That's going to provide him with a bit of extra larva, because lings, since that's all he's been able to go for, are very larva heavy. But with that extra base, he's going to be able to keep up a bit more ling production than he normally would be able to. Lings are going to come down here to the south, check for a third base, see that nothing's there. Starkiller's just going to be getting roach speed as well as a few more roaches to prepare for that +1 attack. Railgan's droning up. Starkiller's been doing a bit of that himself, and Railgan's been closing the gap here, closing the distance on that worker deficit. Now, Roach Warren has been started for Railgan, as he sees that Starkiller's not going to be able to come and be very aggressive just yet, unless he drops a Nidus Worm, but that we haven't seen. He's just going to go straight into lots of Roach production. He is supply capped, though, and has no Overlords on the way, so that's going to limit his ability to continue to produce enough Roaches. However, he doesn't really have the larva, as he only is on 2 bases. +1 attack is done, so Roaches are going to start 2-shotting Lings, so he's going to open up the gate, and Roaches are going to start coming out. Roach speed is about 2/3 of the way done. Lings are going to try and slip in here, and they will get through. They go for the surround on the queen, are going to pick it off essentially instantly for free. The remaining roaches here at home are going to get picked off easily, and these Lings are going to have a field day here into the worker lines. The roaches of Starkiller are not turning around. He is committed. The drones are going to try and take care of the Lings. 3 drones already go down. There's another roach and a queen coming on down. As well as 9 more roaches going to pop out there, going to be able to clean this up. Roach speed has completed, and now the roaches on the other side of the map are going to come in. There is really not a lot here for Railgan. He wasn't able to pull the roaches back with those Lings that he had in the main base. Playing tit for tat with the worker kills. Roaches are now out for Railgan, but Starkiller has that +1 attack advantage, which is everything in ZVZ. You gotta have those upgrades or you're gonna be dunzos. The Roach Warden's gonna get taken out here, so no more roaches here for Railgan. He's building spine crawlers at the southern base to try and be able to hold, but the roaches are gonna come down here to take this out before things get too far out of hand. The first spine crawler are gonna go down before even getting 2 shots off. The other ones are going to do a good job. Queen instantly gets taken out, but there's so many roaches here, they nearly one-shot spine crawlers. Lots of damage being done as more reinforcements coming over. The roaches of Railgan are not in high in number. Army supply 50 to 15. The supply is 50 ahead for Starkiller, and he's going to take game number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our Starkiller going up 2-0. Okay. Everything is under control now, guys. Our production is cool. I'm cool. I'm only slightly stressed out, but we're okay. Now, I'm going to do the actual shout-out, which I've tried to do twice, but haven't had my mic working, so you haven't heard it. Guys, you know what is working? 24-Hour Fitness. At 24-Hour Fitness, they have everything you'll need that you can get with a membership, a free fit plan as a side bonus, studio classes, pools, cardio equipment, as well as more with your membership that you can get at any of the 436 locations all across America. That will give you, each membership gives you access to all 436 locations. You can start with a 7-day free trial and then continue on if you find that you like it, which I can guarantee you will. Go check out 24-Hour Fitness. All right, guys. Whew. So our second map there was Kairos Junction. And our third map will be King's Cove. Let me just add our players here into our game. Oh. Wow. Okay, so that game, what happened in that game was a bit of a gamble for Starkiller. If Railgan doesn't see... if Railgan doesn't see that Starkiller is skipping the Lingbane phase, he has a window where he can just barge through, build a ton of Lings, and just go, go, go. Railgan missed that opportunity. He noticed it too late and still tried. You could see that he still tried to do it, but it didn't quite work. This game, Railgan, I think, is going to be trying to keep a little more eye on Starkiller to see what he's going to do, because that no third base was a big tell of what Starkiller was going to do, and Railgan noticed it just a tad too late, and tried to jump on the opportunity, but mistakenly went for the wrong strategy. In my opinion, he should have then dropped the Roach Warren as well as getting just Lings to defend. He tried to go for the quick kill before the Roaches got in enough mass to deal with any amount of Lings, and failed. It's always a bit of a gamble. Never know what you're going to do. But let's introduce our players. Spawning in the top right, side, top left side, mind you, it is your blue Zerg, the one man up 2-0. It's Starkiller. Okay, and in the bottom right, he's down 2-0. Let's see what shenanigans he can get up to. Can he keep up with the Cheese Master Starkiller? He is Railgan. All right. So, Starkiller going for a very aggressive build. So what you do is you use the extractor trick to get to 15 drones. Then you go and you drop a hatchery really, really fast, and then just go straight to a spawning pool. Then go back up to 15 drones using the extractor trick again. Get enough gas to get Ling speed and flood the map, because the Overlord isn't going to get over in time to really see. Once the Overlord comes, he's going to see, wow, the hatchery finished really fast. So if Railgun's paying attention and knows how this works, which he most likely does, he is going to be able to start preparing, drop some spine crawlers, because his spawning pool is about to finish. But 8 Lings to start, as well as Ling speed. No Queen yet on the way. With both hatcheries, though, you're not going to necessarily need a Queen instantly, because you're going to have that extra larva. Now, what Starkiller's doing here is he's sneaking the Lings away right before the Overlord comes. The Overlord does not see them over here just yet, and this Queen that's going to pop out is going to try and chase the Overlord away. The Overlord sees that the base is done already, but his base is also done, so he's not, since Overlord didn't get over there in time, he's not going to know that it was a really fast hatchery. Instead of going in and trying to scout the Lings, the Overlord's going to pop back to avoid getting killed by the Queen, because you don't want to lose supply early, and Starkiller is going to sneak his Lings over. We've seen him do this in different series that we've seen him play. Starkiller likes the strategy of sneaky Lings. Now Railgan's trying to spot this. He is sending his Lings in the wrong direction, trying to both scout the third, block it potentially, and see if any Lings are out. But he did see the Lings go, and he sees that Ling speed's already there. Units wise, there are 23 Lings out on the map just to the 5 of Railgan. Immediately he's going to drop a spine crawler. Already had a Baiting Nest on the way and is going to start producing Lings like a madman. But here come all the Lings into the natural base of Railgan. They're going to try and get the Queen. The Queen's positioned very nicely in between the hatchery, and the Baiting Nest is going to eventually get taken out. Some Lings went into the main base but were chased away. 2 drones out here already going down. 3 Banelings up into the main base are being produced behind the mineral line to try and keep him safe, to provide some defense. The natural hatchery is going to go down, and the Lings are going to start to flood into the main. 18 army supply to 8. 31 Lings to 3 right now. The Banelings are out and are going to be able to keep the Lings from coming up into the main base. A third base has completed here, but the Lings are going to be able to surround that and take it out ASAP. Actually, they're going to run away from all the Banelings. One Baneling is going to get traded out for 1 Ling. That's a nice trade for Starkiller. And the Banelings are going to split up and start to run away. 2 more Banelings on the way for Railgan. He's got a few more Lings on the way as well. Trying to sneak some Lings into the main base of Starkiller. He's actually in a dicey situation because he has allowed the Banelings to get up. He was able to take out the natural expansion, but not the third. And Railgun is actually ahead in workers, just ahead, but Starkiller, as we can see, is now starting to drone up. He has said, I've done enough damage. Let us continue this game forward. Excellent defense from Railgun. And clutch timing, and as well as that anticipation of getting the Baiting Nest early, knowing the type of player that Starkiller is. Another couple Lings will go down, but these Lings from Starkiller are now just going to try and keep Railgan busy. If he can keep Railgan's units on the other side, he will be able to drone up nicely. He has a spine crawler just in case. 3 Queens out, and is just going to even on out. Army supplies are even, and the supply itself is a little ahead for Starkiller, as he is ahead in drones, but Railgan has cut worker production for now. And it's going to start to head over to the other side of the map. Excellent. Clutch timing from the evolution chambers to block anything from coming over. Another evolution chamber is going to come over here, and the Lings, ooh, dancing with the devil there as they almost ran into the Banelings. This is actually going to cause Railgan to chase down the Lings of Starkiller and pull the army away of Railgan away from the main base of Starkiller. Queens here are going to block, and this is going to mean that Railgan is going to elect to come back and defend and not to go for any kind of aggression. Roach Warren is coming down for Railgan. Oh, that was a Roach Warren, not an evolution chamber. My bad. As well as a lair. He's not going for a third base, and we're already 6 minutes in, so this is looking like another 2-base push here for Starkiller. Trying to pick off a drone or two with the Lings will not be successful. Maybe got one, But resources lost is in favor of Starkiller. He's only lost some Lings. And Railgun's lost a base, but is at 3 bases and is now ahead in the worker supply. Lings are going to try and come, but the Queens say, not today, Junior, not on my lawn. And they're going to chill out here at the exit point. A Roach Warren as well as a Lair is on the way for Railgun, as he's going to look to be able to answer. This is a really great spot for Railgun, because he has that worker economy, he has the right tools. The lair is done for Starkiller. He's going to go for a Nidus Worm, actually. That's going to be the play to try and salvage this game, because he is behind and he knows it. Doubling the army supply right now over Railgun. That's going to be really good for him if he hopes to win. We're going to see if Railgun can sniff this out, because if he doesn't, once that Nidus Worm finishes, he is going to be dead meat. I don't care how many Banelings you have. Banelings do not bode well against Roaches. Roaches are armored, and Banelings do better damage versus light. The Nidus Worm's actually going to come out here in front of the natural base, but the Overlord's going to spot it, and the Lings are actually just going to happen to spot it just in time, and just as it's about to pop, it gonna die. But another one's coming out just a little bit behind. So Starkiller's still going to try to push. Railgun's trying to sniff this out, though. He knows something is afoot. He's scouting around and finds it again, but not in time. He spots it just as it spawns. And here come the Queens and Roaches marching across the map 2 by 2. Army supply is instantly been going up ever since that Nidus Worm has been spotted. Railgun actually a little bit ahead, as well as ahead in workers. 20 supply ahead of Starkiller. Starkiller's not looking to be in too good of a shape. A bunch of Banelings are coming on up. That's going to be the difference maker here. Is the advantage in Banelings or Roaches going to be the winner? Roaches are going to start to sneak on up, see what's coming up. Queens and Roaches against Roaches and Banes. Who wins? Tune in now of this episode of Dragon Ball Z. The Banelings wrap around and hit both the Queens and the Roaches. The Roaches are annihilating. The Queens have to use all their energy to keep the remaining ones alive. More Roaches are here for Railgun, then Starkiller. Starkiller is on his last ropes. He is down 30 supply and army, 50 supply on the board, and he's going to retreat. Railgun is now in a phenomenal position. Ahead in both army and worker supply. He has nothing not going for him. +1 missile attack is on the way for him. Starkiller's trying to drone up a little bit desperately. He get +1 missile attack as well. He's going to try and hold this defensive position, but I don't see how he gets out of this position. He is 2 bases to 3. Full saturation on all 3 bases for Railgun. This one's starting to mine out a little bit, but he's already transferred the drones. Getting his next gas here. He will have 5 gases here in a minute, but he is looking to just pump those Roaches out like a mother having octuplets, just wanting to just pump it out as fast as possible. No 4th base here for Railgun. He's looking to just close this out here and now. Not looking to do any fancy shenanigans. It is unlikely that Starkiller can hold. Maybe if he got some Ravagers, he'd have a dream. But to me, it's looking like just a meme for now. Railgun is pulling old Cyril technique. When you're ahead, just get more ahead before you crush your opponent under the weight of 1,000 cuts. Not opting to just immediately jump on your opponent and kill them straight up. 9 more roaches on the way. As we look, 37 roaches to 14, 6 queens to only 3 of Railgan, but that's not really going to close the distance. 14 lings still out to be able to provide scouting information. Starkiller is opting to go for +1 carapace as well. If he can hold on long enough to get that upgrade there as well as the +1 versus just the +1 of Railgun, he may have a dream. I mean, in that time, he might be able to have enough units, but he is down 60 army supply. Ravagers are now being morphed as Railgun's looking to finally end this game and get himself a score on the board. And is now going to move up the ramp. Here comes the army of Railgan. It is a doozy, let me tell you. Corrosive Bile's coming down on the spine crawler, going to die, and now he's just going to push through. +1 attack is done. GG is called. Railgun comes back and is now only down 1 game. Excellent execution of defense from Railgan. Starkiller cheeses, but Railgan pleases. He says, as in he says, please, I ain't falling for that. I've seen what you do, boy. All right. Next map will be New Repugnancy. That was a good game. I liked Starkiller's effort to try and keep things going. And he put in a good effort. He put in a good try. Kudos to him for still trying to do his best, but unfortunately it was not enough. And Railgun will come back into this series. I'm curious to see. Let me know your predictions in the chat of what who you think will win this series. But we are going to get into game number 4 here in Uno Momento. And yeah, here we go. Here comes the countdown. T-minus 8 seconds. We are going to get into it, folks. Get hyped, get ready, get stoked. We're going into game number 4. In this best of 9, we have the potential to see all the maps, as well as a couple of them repeated. Alrighty, here we go. Let's go! Spawning in the bottom right side. He just won game number 3 and is looking to tie up the series here. Give it up for Railgun. Railgan, something like that. Genghis Khan. And his opponent, the bad guy, but a hero in many of our hearts. He is, in the red, Starkiller, who has an early pool again. It's going for a 12 pool here, sending out a drone. Now this drone, what it's going to try and do is it's going to try and sneak onto the edge of the creep of Railgun and form into a spine crawler. Now the ideal situation for Starkiller here is if Railgun does not see it, because a hatchery does not see all of it. There is a blind spot right around the edge there that there is enough space for a drone to come and do a spine crawler. Starkiller opting to just hide it on the side for now, because the spawning pool isn't going to see the drone, but the drone's going to see the spawning pool. The spawning pool is to try and get a little more vision to try and cut this off, but oh! Starkiller had the positioning, but didn't get it. Now Railgun's going to be able to see it, but he hasn't noticed it yet. Now he sees it, and now pulling drones off the line. Lings are now floating across the map to try and deal with this. The spawning pool is only 2/3 of the way done. These drones are going to be able to take out the spine crawler before it finishes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And Starkiller's going to have to cancel that. He's going to run the drone around, ring around the spawning pool, as they say. Well, it's what all the kids are doing these days. It's actually going to do a cool little spot here. This is normally what you try and do with a cannon. Try and get as minimal surface area as possible. There's going to be 3 drones which are going to be able to attack it, and there's the 4th drone's going to be able to swing around here, so that's going to get cancelled. The Lings are actually attacking the natural base, just going to take that out. Starkiller recognizing the position he's in, that he's not going to be able to end the game, so he's just going to try and get as much damage as possible, as well as getting his own natural expansion over here. Popping out a queen, taking out the base. Broodlings and Lings are going to chase away the remainder of the Lings. That drone is not going to get anything. This is awkward. This drone is attacking this hatchery. Stay tuned for more to see how long this goes for. This hatchery is taking slowly damage for a time. We'll see if that drone can go the distance and kill that hatchery. The Lings are going to try and poke in and take out the queen. Not going to happen. The Lings are now going to attack the spawning pool, which would be a very nice pickoff. Not enough Lings really here to engage just yet. The spawning pool is getting so low, it's going to get taken out! Yes, no more spawning pool here for Railgan. He's going to have to rebuild that, as Broodlings, Lings, and Queens are going to chase that away. The Lings getting a excellent amount of damage done, a hatchery and a spawning pool. Excellent perseverance from Starkiller here as he attempts to just keep up his diligence, keep up the good work, and get what he can done. The replacement spawning pool here going to be up and going. This drone is still going. It's taken out 250 HP from this hatchery. Finally, Railgun's gonna notice. Oh my gosh, that makes me giggle so much. Alright. Transition here for Starkiller. He's going to be droning up a little bit. No tech as of yet, but he is going double gas. So that is most likely going to lead to a lair. I actually don't know this play. We will see. We will find out together on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Well, it's a Roach Warren, most likely going into a lair. We'll maybe see Nidus play. But I like how Starkiller in maybe only one of the games has attempted to build a 3rd base. Otherwise, Starkiller likes quick and easy matches. Not going to do much else, which I can respect. Natural base now up for Railgun, as worker supplies are actually even though a lot of damage was done to Railgun. Starkiller was not able to do much macroing behind it. Ahead of Railgun, spawning pool now up, the Ling speed has just started. That's going to be the little bit of the disadvantage here for, actually no, Starkiller. Starkiller electing to not Ling speed, as he didn't have gases earlier. Went for double gas so that he can go into upgrades as well. Is building an upgrade, going to get roaches and a lair. Looking for a +1 timing. So everyone note, when a Zerg player goes for a 12 pool and then goes into double gas, they're going for a +1 roach timing on a lair, most likely with roach speed. Railgan's actually going to be getting all of his gases as he's going into a Spire. Right there, guys. He's going to go for mutas. So this timing for for Starkiller with the roach timing window is slowly closing, narrowing to but 0. We'll see how Starkiller attempts to anticipate this. He has not seen, he doesn't even know that Railgun has a lair. Hasn't been able to scout into the main base yet, as he doesn't have Ling speed, so Lings aren't going to get in very far. The remaining Lings of Starkiller are going to get cleaned up. However, he has 30 supply in roaches and queens, as he's building a lot. He already has 6 out, +1 attack, halfway done, but the Spire is 5 to 6/7 done. 3rd base on the way here now for Railgan, as he is going to get those mutas. 3rd base as well for Starkiller. Wow, everyone! Congratulations, Starkiller. You have advanced a tier in your ability to macro. You have built a 3rd base. It is a Christmas miracle. But you know what is also a Christmas miracle? Mutas and their ability to hit roaches that can't hit them back. It's like a bully hitting unconscious person. Not fair. Roach is going to be coming out. +1 attack is now done in 1 second. And Starkiller just kind of patrolling, trying to get rid of these Lings. But little does he know. Well, now he knows. Mutas are out. He's immediately going to drop Spore Crawlers all across the board, as these mutas are going to come and try and snipe some Overlords, prevent Starkiller from being able to get any supply without Overlord speed. These Overlords are dead meat, Lings are going to be attacking the third base of Starkiller, but the Roaches are going to be able to come to defend this. Lings are kind of trapped here from these Roaches. They're going to be able to get most of these Lings, all but to escape. No, all but to die, to escape. But the Mutas have arrived. Muta is here. And are going to start to do some damage. Going to take out a Roach off the bat. Can he get away? No, he might die. So now the queens, 4 queens are going to come. They have enough energy to do some transfuses. That'll be enough to chase the mutas away. Only one more muta going to be popping out from Railgan as he's going to transition into Hydralisks instead. He might build some more mutas later since he is investing in +1 attack. We will see. But Lings and mutas are going to come and take out this third base. Queen going to die. And this third base is a gunner. Excellent damage from Railgun. That's going to supply cap Starkiller. Starkiller is going for the Nidus play now. Now that he sees that the third base is futile. But its success will determine whether resistance against Railgun's strategy here is futile. Nidus Worm going to be coming on down outside the potential 4th base, but that's really awkward. The mutas just happen to be there. That is really unlucky for Starkiller. That Nidus Worm's going to get cancelled in 3, 2, 1. Perfect timing. And they're going to take out that Overlord. Another Nidus Worm going to be coming down over here, but the mutas are going to take that out. Starkiller grasping at straws in a pile of mud. And turns out there are no such things as straws in mud. That is not a saying or an old adage or old wives' tale. This Nidus Worm's looking like it's going to finish. Nope, the Lings are going to be able to get the job done with the mutas. Nothing's going to happen. Another Nidus Worm's going to go down here. Roaches are now attacking at the third base. Are able to take out 12 drones. That is really nice, but still, Railgun has a substantial lead in workers. The army supply does go in favor of Starkiller. However, mutas will quickly finish that up as the Roaches are going to start to dwindle in number as they sprint away from this flock of mutas that has continued to grow. A Lurker Den is now coming on up. A nice sneaky little Nidus Worm play, but Railgun is having none of it. He knows where these happen. He knows where they go, and is going to come and take that out before it can complete. Another Nidus Worm. Starkiller is not one to just give up that easily. Lurker Den is now complete. Hydras are going to be on the way as well as 4 Lurkers. That's going to be able to do massive damage against Roaches, as I don't think there are any Overseers on the map. No, there are not. So between Lurkers that are burrowed and mutas in the sky, the Roaches are going to have nothing to try and make die. Yes, made it rhyme. We have a complete wall off here for Starkiller as he attempts to make this work. Queens have now popped up as well as a ton of Roaches. The Nidus Worm's going to finish. That's just going to be for reinforcements. The Queens are going to be able to do a nice job against the mutas. And the Ravagers are going to be able to help deal with the Lurkers, actually, even though there's no detection. You're able to tell where the Lurkers are by where their attack is. The Ravagers are going to attempt to hide into the Nidus. The Queens and the mutas are having a transfuse battle, and the Nidus Worm stays alive. What a clutch play from Starkiller to keep some of his Ravagers alive from those Mutalisks. More Ravagers are going to be coming out, as well as a couple of more Queens are being produced. More Hydras are here, and Lurkers are burrowed. Some excellent positioning all around as more spine crawlers. The Nidus Worm will now get taken out, but a new one will be produced. Roaches are heading back home for some reason. I don't know why. Are they going into the Nidus Worm? Nope, I don't know why they're there. But the Queens are going to start to try and chase away the mutas as they come in again. But here come the Lurkers. They have a beautiful spread. No corrosive biles are going to be able to hit 2 at once. They're just going to have to pick 1 at a time. And with how many Lurkers there are, how many Lurkers are on the field? We have 8 Lurkers. That is going to be enough. The Nidus Network's going to get taken out by the mutas as they have come to counterattack as well as the Lings, so this is all in. Here comes Starkiller. He is barging through. The Lurkers are starting to put in some good damage. Corrosive Bile starting to come down. A few workers have gone down. The most Starkiller can hope for here is a base race. The Lurkers are doing some nice damage. This one's taking some pot shots. Starkiller's just holding off here behind the base. Probably doing something over here potentially. He has a couple Overseers to help deal with these Lurkers without any anti-air. These Lurkers will be easily seen. and taken out. Here comes the Overseer, as the army of Starkiller now comes in to take out the Lurkers. A few more Hydras and another Lurker on the way. There are some Lurkers here on the high ground, as well as Spine Crawlers and Spore Crawlers. This is looking like an impossible position. The main base, the natural base of Starkiller has been taken out by Railgan. The Lings are now going to come out here. GG, Railgan ties it up 2-0. I am sorry, guys, if my voice starts to get a little scratchy. It is super smoky here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where I live. There are some forest fires somewhere. There's so much smoke, I can look at the sun without sunglasses, without any type of glasses. Okay. Map number 5. I'm going to throw it in right now because I want to. It'll be Turbo Cruise. A highly debated map right now. I love it. I think it's really neat and provides some interesting dynamics. I love creativity, and anything that forces players to get creative is okay with me. Let's invite our players into the game as well as do another shout out. Alright guys, GameStop. They are bringing power to the players. They've always been bringing power to all of us, but now they're doing it to us who are in esports. They are catering to us, making us better, and providing us with so many options to help make our gaming experience better. GameStop is offering new programs that feature coaching and more from some of the world's most prominent teams and players for more than just StarCraft, for many different games, guys. Visit GameStop's website today through the Match Arena quest to learn more and to donate to our prize pool. They also have an EU website, which will allow those of you in Europe to enjoy what we here in North America take pleasure in. Alrighty, guys. Let's get into game number 5. Who's going to take the lead in this series? Starkiller went up 2-0 early on, but then Railgan said, "Not today, Junior. I'm going to come back and tie the series." So let's get into the fight. As the Wraith says. Nope, Viking. Wraith says, await the waiting launch order. Alright, guys. Let's do this. Let's introduce our players. Spawning in the top right side of Turbo Cruise 84 Letter Edition, it is Railgun. And the other Zerg in the red, he is Starkiller. Whew. When do we switch to EU? Railgan says. From what I knew, we weren't planning on it. Railgan actually going for pool first, and having enough of Starkiller's shenanigans. We will talk about that after the game. But Starkiller opting to go for something we really haven't seen out of him. Hatch first. This is incredible. I mean, it's kind of dangerous against the pool first of Railgun, as he might be able to take it out if he so chooses to go for some Ling aggression, save up that larva. Let's see if he decides to. No, he's looking to just drone here for the time being. Gonna go and get a gas and get an early bit of Ling speed. Actually, his gas is somewhat late compared to that of Starkiller, so never mind. 4 Lings going to be on the way here to start for Railgun. 6 actually, because he didn't have enough larva. And going to look on the pressure, going to rally them across the map. Overlords have already passed each other like 2 ships passing in the night. Very slowly. And not actually seeing each other. Spawning cool finishes for Starkiller. And we will see what each player has to show. We have not really seen much late game tech. The most we've seen is Lurkers, but that was kind of rushed to by Railgun. It has just been some fancy Ling, Bane, Roach play, which is, like I was kind of saying at the beginning, is most of ZVZ. ZVZ almost never goes super late. You'll see it in high-tier games where the players just are so good at those Ling Bang Wars as well as the Roach Wars, but at the but especially as you get into the lower levels, it's so gimmicky. It's great. It's so tricky. You got to be on your toes, and it makes you put in some work. It really makes you put in some work. I admire it. I love it, and I think it's entertaining. ZVZ is not a boring matchup, guys. It is a very technical matchup. Positioning of roaches, making sure you get that concave, who has the high and the low gand, making sure you're on top of your upgrades, as well as larva injects, as well as expanding and having a good enough overlord spread to be able to keep track of your army, but also being able to pull them back if anything nasty happens. It's a whole mess. So Railgan looking to pull a play out of Starkiller's book. He is going for a 2-base roach timing, getting a lair as well as a roach warren. No standard timing of the 3rd base, which you usually get at 3 minutes. Starkiller also looking to do a 2-base push, but it will be with Zerglings and not roaches. Here comes the massive Ling Flood, blasting through the inhibitor zones, which slow down units substantially. The queens actually didn't have a proper hold and are going to get surrounded by the lings, allowing lings to sneak in. Both queens go down, as well as more queens the final queen gonna get taken out. Lings are now just gonna have a field day with drones. It's a feast and a half. Roaches are coming out, but it's gonna be a little too late. A nice bit of drone micro here against these minerals. 10 drones are going down. It's down to 14 workers. Half of them have gone down. The roaches are now out. 17 workers. Railgan has less workers than he started with. That's gonna be too much. GG. Starkiller quickly takes game number 5. Holy macaroni. This is what I'm talking about. ZVZ is a game of windows, and if you can catch the right window, you are going... blah, blah, blah. You are going to have a bad time. We're just talking about switching to EU, potentially, guys. But it's looking like we are not. Okay. Next will be on Cyber Forest, game number 6. Starkiller has a chance to go up to match point here and take a 4-2 lead. Let's invite our players into the game. But yeah, guys, learn your timings. ZVZ is a very important time. It's how you read. Like in any matchup in StarCraft, it's all about reading your opponent. But if you don't know what to read, you're going to be just a bronze player scouting. You're going to see everything, but you're going to have no idea what it means. Alright, our players are ready. Almost. We are about to see what's going to happen. Cyber Forest, pretty standard map. A lot of people like playing on it for your normal games. Work on those mechanics, really show what you are made of. Let's get into the fight. And I hope you guys have noticed I've started using a bit of a green screen. It's pretty fun. The image seems to have oddly been deshaped, but I'm making myself look like I'm at a beach. I apologize again for the production problems today, guys. I am trying out some new stuff, and it is apparently not working how I planned. But sometimes you just gotta get those kinks out in order to make the dream work. Don't let your dreams be memes, guys. It's okay to mess up as long as you learn from them. The only thing to regret is mistakes you don't learn from. But without further ado, enough of my life rambling. In the bottom right of Cyber Forest, it's Railgan. And the man with a plan, with a 12 pull, he is Starkiller. Alright. So a 12 pull against a pull first. Now this is really good for Railgan, because he's gonna not necessarily just die to this outright. 6 lings are on the way, but this is a bit of a longer map. It takes a little bit more time to get to, because say we're in a minute 20 in, the overlords are just passing halfway. So this is by no means an all-in out of Starkiller. It's just looking to be a little cheesy, a little aggressive, throw his opponent off. Railgan though, if he's still thrown off by stuff like this from Starkiller by now, then he's got some other problems going on, because Starkiller can't not pool as Zerg, and by that I mean he can't not do an early pool as Zerg. Here come the Lings, gonna now nibble away at the natural expansion. We're gonna see if Railgan's gonna be able to hold. He's gonna pull some drones to help defend this. A couple more Lings out here, but this is going to be able to chase away. The Queen's going to come down as soon as possible. A couple more Lings are out here, but this should be enough, as Railgan's only down 3 supply of army. Lings are going to again start to nibble away. Railgan's going to just wait for the Queen. Actually going to send the drones back. That hatchery is super low. Starkiller is... my advice would be to try and dive on this ASAP. He's got his own expansion finishing at his natural. No gas whatsoever, so he's sticking with Solings and is just going to try and take out this expansion. But excellent defense here from Railgan. Lings are going to try and sneak into the main base, but the Lings of Railgan are going to say no. Very micro-intensive here, as every little bit of positioning matters. Starkiller's looking like he's going to retreat for now. He's just going to send those Lings home to defend, and going to start to build stuff at home. Worker supply 22 to 18 in favor of Railgan, so not too big of a difference in the early game. For players of this skill level, it is quite a bit. Still no gas on the way for Starkiller, looking to just drone his way to victory. The mass drone strat is from the old Prima strategy guide. For those of you who have not read it, I haven't, but I've heard it has some good strategies. So look it up if you're looking for some new tips and tricks. Railgan not looking to be too tricky, too early aggressive. He's looking to just go for a roach timing instead. He has his lair almost halfway done. The roach warren's about to finish. No third base as of yet. He's just going to drop an Evo chamber to get some upgrades. The Lings are now just scatting around, making sure there are no hidden bases anywhere. Because a ninja base can do so much. Oh, that Ling! I had like 1 hit point. Got in and saw one of the gases. Now, something that's important. If you're just going for one gas, you typically want to take the one farthest away from the ramp. This allows for situations like this, where, say, the Ling gets in, doesn't see a gas here. Now, your opponent doesn't know if you have a gas here or not. They can guess for most situations, but they won't be sure. Having a gas here shows that you have both, and is a bit of a tell. This Overlord diving in to see what's going on, sees the roaches, see the +1 attack going. No roach speed yet from Railgan. He doesn't have the gas for it, but he's starting to move some units across the map, looking to put on a bit of pressure. Evolution Chamber, Roach Warren and Evolution Chambers on the way. Spinecrawler repositioning on 4 Queens. This should be good enough to hold against the small attack team from Railgan. He recognizes it, he knows it, and he's just going to push away. He's going to drop the third base, get roach speed, and move into upgraded roaches. Worker supply in favor of Starkiller for now. His lair just finished, is now going to get roach speed. His +1 attack's a little bit behind, but he's making up for it by getting +1 carapace as well at the same time. So if he can hold off Railgan during that time, he will be able to have an upgrade advantage. An upgrade advantage in Roach v Roach is everything. Well, it's not everything. It's the only thing. That's not true. Numbers matter too. More stuff beats less stuff, guys. That is a proven fact time and time again, time and time and time again. Ah. Oof. My mouth is dry. But that's okay, because I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are having fun. Let us know how you feel in the chat of how you think this game is going. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Really appreciate this. All that you're doing to help support Alpha X, StarCraft, and fun gaming as a whole. Let these games inspire you to go out and have some fun and play the game how you want to play it. These players are certainly doing that. A bunch of roaches are now moving out as +1 has finished. Now is the window before +1/+1 finishes for Starkiller. +2 attack has started for Railgan, and he is ahead 10 in army supply. This might be enough right now to push through this initial attack, but with defender's advantage, Starkiller should be able to hold. The roaches are going to come swing around to the third base to try and get that done. Worker supply is even, and the supply is just a little bit in army. A nice concave is going to start here for Railgan. He's going to get the concave that will do the damage with the +1 attack. +1 attack is just about to finish for Starkiller. 7 seconds away is +1 Carapace. He's just got to hold now. Now that he is even on upgrades, now he's ahead in upgrades. The defender's advantage is going to come in big. Railgan's window has closed for that upgrade advantage. Now he just has to hope that he can snipe the third base. He's not doing that. He's currently trying to snipe the roaches, but I don't know if he recognizes... Oh no! What an awkward time for someone to drop. Oh, Starkiller is back. And this is going to get chased away from Starkiller. Starkiller is going to be able to chase away the roaches of Railgun. Reinforcements are coming in, but the queens are here, and now with the upgrade advantage, Starkiller is going to be able to hold beautifully. The roaches are now going to start to push in and try and deal damage to the roaches of Starkiller. He hasn't started his +2 upgrades due to the preoccupation that he has been in. +2 has started on either side. +2 attack is halfway done here for Railgan. Workers are even. Railgan's going to about to try and slip in a few more workers. Something that you see Cyril do, guys, in these situations is he'll add a couple of workers in skirmishes like this. He'll just do 1, 2, maybe even 3 if he's feeling lucky while producing roaches, and this allows you to still continue to macro up and get more drones and get ahead of your opponent while defending. If defending, you have the defender's advantage. Don't be afraid to sneak in a couple workers to help build that worker supply and get ahead. More workers on the way here for Starkiller as he is slightly ahead in the supply. But +2 attack here is about to finish for Railgun. He is building Ravagers to try and diversify his army composition. Starkiller sticking straight with roaches. Not looking to get Hydralisks or anything of the sorts. Just looking to overpower his opponent with masses of roaches. This Overlord trying to get taken out by the Corrosive Biles. Something you can do to help defend against this, I'd highly recommend getting Overlord speed. That makes it harder. But also, if you have scouting Overlords and they have Ravagers, put the Overlords on patrol. And this will make it really difficult to time the Biles and just waste a lot of time of your opponent if they try and go for it. So it's a really effective way of keeping your Overlords alive while they have Ravagers. Bile Shot's going to come down. And not really hit much, get a couple of good shots, but he has the high ground. Starkiller has the high ground, but Railgan's pushing his way forward, punching through the defense. Now it has Starkiller actually has a slightly better concave. But flanking is Railgan as he's now 50 supply ahead. He has just too much here. Not the defender's advantage, not going to cut it. +2 is now just going to finish in 10 seconds here for Starkiller, but it's going to be a little too late as he has half the army supply of Railgan. He is ahead in workers, but the drones are now going to have to be pulled off the line as the Ravagers are blasting down, taking out the eggs. GG is called. Starkiller is going to have to tap out. Railgan's tied up the series again. We are 3-3, and it is now a best of 3 over these next few games. Oh my goodness. What epic games. Good decision makings on either side. Sneaky plays. As things are just continuing to happen at a brilliant pace. We will now go into the last map we have not used, which is Acropolis. which is the final new map in the map pool. Ugh. Oh my gosh, guys, this is a good series. Man, I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Oh my gosh. Let's get our players in our positions, make me a referee. Game privacy on no match history. Needed some water there. Guys, don't smoke. Say no to smokes, kids. It is never the right choice. Whew. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of the Alpha Pro Series. Let me introduce your players to you in the top right. With 3 games won of this best of 9, he is purple, and Zerg, he's Railgan. The other player in this fantastic series, also having won 3 games in the color red, also Zerg, he is Starkiller. Well, let's see what we're gonna get up to this time, guys. Let's see who's gonna get the upper hand and win this game. Put it to game point. Both players opting for slightly more macro-oriented openings. Starkiller's gonna go with the just standard timing of a pool first at 17 supply. And then going into the hatchery, there's this little drone. This little drone comes to do his job. He gets to be a hatchery. He does not have to slave away and work. No, he gets paid. He's the one that gets the money. But guys, it's not about the money. It's about the games. It's about the fun. It's about living your dreams. Don't let your dreams be memes. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say on the matter. All right. So, 4 legs coming out now for Starkiller as well as Metabolic Boost. Queen is coming on out. Let's talk about this map a little bit. I like this map. This is a cool map. Very encouraging for long games. Now, I like a good cheese as much as the next person. Cheese is fantastic. But you know what else is great? Maxed out, fully upgraded, high-tech unit compositions. Watching them smash into each other is fantastic. And if you can see just how spread out and how much flow. What? Oh! That was crazy. Even though the Overlord saw the drone juking, the Lings opted to not go and block the 3rd hatchery from going down. They're actually just going to get chased away from the other Lings. Interesting choice from Starkiller, not going for the block. I'm curious as to why he decided to do that. I don't know. We'll find out later. Railgan getting a defensive Baneling Nest. Thinking that Starkiller might be going for a bit of some fancy-smancy aggressive tactics. He's starting to build more Lings and has double the army supply of Railgan and is not building a 3rd base, as we can see. A Ling. Ooh, that Ling! 2 hit points. Nearly killed. No Baneling Nest out here for Starkiller. He is still producing gas, so it might be able to transition. Actually, no, he did build a Baneling Nest. I just missed it. My apologies, everyone. Lings are going to try and get into the main base. The Queens aren't able to close the gap in time. The Queens are going to get taken out here as the Banelings are... Oh, one of them gets taken out. The Queens now are both dead. Banelings are now being produced by Railgan. The Banelings actually kind of confused, wondering where to go. The Banelings are going to get now microed. The remaining Lings are going to be able to take out the Queen there. The Lings are into the main base. The nice drone micro to kill out all these drones. 4 are actually now going to go down with the help of the Baneling and Lings. 5 have now died. More lings are streaming through in the natural, going up into the main base. Starkiller is macroing behind this, producing 8 drones. 2 lings and a baneling on the way for Railgan. He's going to start to build some defensive banelings, but he is down. 5 workers lost at this stage of the game is huge. Lings are now going to try and take out the third base. Banelings are going to try and come in and help take out more lings, but they're going to ring around the hatchery. As all the kids love to do these days. A couple of banelings going to zone out these lings. Ooh, a nice baneling hit. Going to take out almost half of the lings there. 40% in fact. And the 3 remaining lings are now going to hop into the main base and see what damage they can do. Roach Warren now on the way, as well as the Spine Crawlers and a few more drones to try and get more money. No third base, so he's going to continue to try the 2-base push, capitalizing on the damage he's already done. Drones are now being produced from Railgan, trying to catch up to the lead that he lost. He does have the advantage of having a third hatchery to get that extra larva. More lings, as well as the 3 remaining banelings, are going to go across the map. Let's see what the play is going to be. Oh, the lings! Oh, a juicy baneling hit. That's going to cut the ling numbers a good number. Now the lings are going to try and see if they can sneak in, but with the wall off that Starkiller has brought about, that will be not happening. Lings going to meet lings at the top. These lings are going to try and run in the natural, snipe a drone. They might get one. Yeah, they'll get 1 drone, but the remaining lings will be able to keep that from continuing. +1 attack, as well as a layer almost done. This is going to be on the way for Starkiller. Roaches are now starting to be produced, as well as 7 more drones. No third base. There's still no third base. As a Roach Warren is now coming out for Railgan and a Evolution Chamber. He's going to be able to wall off, if need be, a couple of defensive banelings, like a Greenland mine. Going to be there. I want to see some burrowed baneling play. But yeah, Starkiller looking to be in a good position. 32 army supply, as well as a slight drone lead. Is going to give him a 20 army supply here. Starkiller looking like he wants to go for third base. Is actually going to drop the third base. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. I am curious to see if he's actually going to stick with it, or if it's just going to be for extra larva. That's going to be quite a bit of a wait for just extra larva. So Starkiller might be saying, you know what, I am in the lead. I know I'm in the lead. Let's just get more ahead instead of trying to close the game off here in a couple minutes. Roach is chilling all around the bay. As things start to slow down, roaches are now being produced by Railgan, as well as +1 attack finishing up. We did have a baneling being created somewhere. I'm curious as to why. Oh, that's why. Oh, a cancel on the third base by Railgan as he sent in his lings to deal with that. Starkiller's going to drop the third base again, as roaches are going to try and deal with these lings, but it's not going to be enough. The roaches, however, have started to move across the map as +1 attack is done for Starkiller. These 3 lings are going to try and do it, but they're not going to get the job done. The roaches are now going to start to pick off some drones. This is not going to be enough. There's not enough roaches here for Railgan to finish. Starkiller has roach speed and +1 attack. Ravager is here and going to just force the roaches of Starkiller to back off a little bit, but they are now jumping into natural, instantly sniping off the queen, and are now just going to try and do damage. Not going for any of the tech, just get as much damage as possible. If your opponent doesn't have units, it doesn't matter their upgrades. The roaches are now picking off things left and right. 8, 9, 10 drones have gone down. They are now in the drone line. The drones are now forced off the line to try and help deal with this. The army supply is 72 to 31 in favor of Starkillers. Railgan is not going to have what it takes. GG, Starkiller. He cannot do it, Captain. He cannot do it. And, excellent execution from Starkiller there. Whew. Alright, guys. Before we get into game number 8, I'm going to run a quick ad. Please stay with us. Turn off your ad block and enjoy. Thank you for sticking around.
Time is now, place is here to rest. Feeling the holes on my soul. I see, I like, I go, I get. No one can hold me back. I see, I like, I go, I get. Go, I get, go, I get, go, I get now.
Alright, welcome back. Thank you for joining us on this fine day. Game number 8 is now going to be coming up. I get to choose. I will choose Kairos Junction. Oh man, this could go the distance. I had a dream. It was a bit of a joke, but we'll see if they'll follow through with it. I said if we get to game 9, Drone Rush versus Drone Rush. So there's a chance. There's a chance, guys. It could happen. My wildest dreams of casting a worker rush could come true. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That would mean that Railgan has to win this game here, which would be fantastic. I always love it when it goes to the final game of a series. Doesn't matter who is playing. It's always a nail biter. But here we go. Game numero 8. Here in this best of 9. Starkiller's on match point. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get hyped. We are in the loading screens. We are watching the bars progress. Some excellent epic music here from StarCraft themselves. Spawning in the bottom right side. He needs to win a game or he is donezoed. He is Railgan from EU and representing North America as well as Alpha X. You might know him also as an admin. Give it up for Starkiller. Okay. All right. Let's see. So again, early pool from Starkiller. It was a 14 pool. There's so many different options when it comes to the pools that you can use for Zerg. You can do it at 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Anything past that you don't really want to be doing unless you're messing around to the max. But each timing has a specific purpose, and you should not use one unless you know its purpose and plan to use it. Because since it takes a drone to make a spawning pool, anytime when you build a spawning pool will impact your economy in a different way. So I don't personally know all the different reasons for doing it at different times. But if you go out there and you learn it, you research it, go watch pro players, watch these VODs, and see what a player does when they build the spawning pool at a specific time, you will learn what that all means and does. Alright, so immediate banging nest out of Railgan, looking to keep himself alive as he is in a dicey spot. He is down, and he now has Lings in his base. He has Lings about to spawn to be able to defend this. Is able to keep the drones alive, but here come the defensive Lings. And I don't think Starkiller is going to be able to get much done with his Lings currently. On even Lings, it's anybody's guess who's going to win, and if they do, they'll have one max 2 Lings left when they're all on full health. No Baneling nest here for Starkiller. Instead, he's going to go for a really fast Roach Warren as he keeps 3 drones on gas. When you get metabolic boost, you want to take 2 drones off and put them on minerals, keep 1 in, and just keep 1 in until you have enough gas for a lair, and then put 2 more back in. But since Starkiller wants to go for some aggressive roaches, you need gas to get roaches, fun fact. So he's going to keep those going. The Lings have been able to chase away the Lings of Starkiller. As Railgan continues to drone up, Starkiller appears to have cut drone production. He has freed up a bunch of supply, and once his roach warren finishes, a flood of roaches is going to start. 6 roaches to start, but more are going to be on the way. This is going to be a Roach-Ling timing attack here in the early game. This is hard to hold if you're not prepared, especially if you only have Lings and Banes. The Baning connections are going to be what make or break this game. They will have to go the distance. They will have to connect on the Lings and not the Roaches. Lings of Starkiller gonna come in and see what Railgan has. They're gonna run into the main base, get a perfect scout of everything, try and snipe a drone. They've sniped 2 actually. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go. Ling speed now just finishing for Railgan. And he's now going to be able to keep himself alive. No third base as he's looking to do a big Ling push, as that Bingling nest was not just for defense. However, roaches are really good against Lings. A Roach Warren now coming down. Starkiller recognizing what's happening and is going to be the bigger player and stay at home and not be aggressive. The wall just coming down in clutch timing there for Starkiller. Holy moly macaroni. That was a little too close for comfort, but that is a lot of Lings. That is 37 Lings to 11 Roaches and 10 Lings right now. No Banelings currently on the way. Railgun looking to kind of see what he's up against, what he wants to do. He's going to start to continue to poke, see if he wants to dive on in. What will the play be? Railgun's actually just going to retreat right now and start to build Roaches and drones. A lair on the way for Railgan. No lair here for Starkiller. He is just looking to continue to macro up. I'm curious what the play for him is here. He's not looking to seem like he's going to get any tech, and he's not looking to move all his army units across the map. He's going to send in Lings again to get a read on the situation. Starkiller's scouting to see if there's a third base. He sees that there is not, immediately starts the lair and continues to drone. And is going to build 2 more extractors to continue to ramp up that roach production. Actually, no, he's dropping the 4th gas. This is lending towards potentially Mutalisks. Unless he goes for a third base. But when you go for all 4 gases, you don't need 4 gases for roaches. He is getting +1 missile attack. So that's interesting. But, no, my prediction's Mutas. Or maybe he's going fast Hydras. We'll see. We'll see, guys. It's either going to be Mutas or fast Hydras. But on 2 base, Zergs are more known for doing 2 base Muta timings, which Starkiller could be trying to go for a late Muta timing here. But he's getting +1 Carapace as well. Actually, I'm changing my guess to Hydras. Let's see what happens. The lair just finished. Let's see what he goes. Gets Roach speed, and is just continuing to build roaches. Well, apparently I don't know my Zerg. I know not to get 4 gases on 2 bases unless I'm going for something very gas heavy, which roaches aren't. But because of all the upgrades he's getting, I guess it's justifiable to go. I mean, he only put 2 on gas there and 3 there, so almost full gas saturation. I don't know. We'll see. It might be to be able to transition a little easier later into something else like Hydras or something. It could be for Ravagers as well. I neglected to think that. Okay. Well, third base coming on down here for Starkiller. No third base out for Railgun, as he's just going for +1 Carapace, which is about to finish, as well as Roach speed. We're going to see if he's looking to get aggressive. He's going to clear up the rocks here, which will allow for greater attack paths and easier concave potentialities. Actually, I missed it because it's dark down here. Third base. Wow, guys. I am blind today. I apologize. So it's going to look like we're going to go to a bit of a longer game. Army supplies are slightly in favor of Railgan right now, but worker supply slightly in favor of Starkiller. Overall, they are pretty much dead even. The advantage that Starkiller is going to have is those upgrades. Those upgrades are going to be why Starkiller is favored to win in this position. 1-1 versus just +1 armor is it's really good. Lings are going to be able to pick off a few roaches, as the army of Starkiller is split up trying to get a concave surround. But this little pack of roaches is actually going to get surrounded by the Lings and kind of get taken out. This is a brilliant pickoff, as a whole army of Railgun here is now going to be able to come in and help deal with the remaining roaches. Starkiller's army is just so spread out and so chunked into different parts of the cookie that Railgun's going to be able to eat this for breakfast. Oh my gosh, the army now is just so much bigger for Railgun. Doesn't matter about the upgrades. More stuff beats less stuff. Corrosive Bile's just barely being dodged from Starkiller. Railgun's now going to try and take out the third base. The roaches are going to be able to chase away Railgun's roaches now because Railgun is able to recognize the upgrade advantage, which is going to be huge. Army supply 30 ahead for Railgun. It might not matter, though. The Roach is now going to jump on top of Starkiller's Roaches. They're going to run and dodge away from the Biles. Only 3 Ravagers are here, so it's mostly Roaches. Drones are now going to be pulled to help attack. There's just so many Roaches here for Railgun. It's not going to be enough for Starkiller. He's now 40 army supply down, as well as just 30 total supply down. And the Biles are going to come crashing down. Defender's advantage is going to try and help out here, but the third base is looking like it's going to get taken out. The Roach is now going to try and just hold up here on the top of the ramp to try and hold and keep himself alive. Because it's better to be alive than dead, as the old adage says. The Roach is now just going to blast through. Biles coming down, hitting some of the Roaches as they try and retreat. Excellent placement of them. The Roaches are now going to try and snipe off the base. The +2 missile attack, only seconds away from completing, is going to be denied. The Roaches are now going to be swarming in, completely surrounding a brilliant concave. The Biles, there's little place for the Roaches to go. The drones are going to be pulled off the line. But ladies and gentlemen, I think Railgun's done it. He's going to be able to force a Game 9. Nothing here is going to be able to stop the push of Railgun. As the Starkiller calls out GG. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the ace match. Woo! What a day, what a day. Lots of StarCraft here for you. Whew. Okay. Let's be nice to these players. We won't make them do any of the crazy new map stuff. Our final map will be on King's Cove. Alrighty. Okay, guys. So, I feel like Starkiller's mistake there was not continuing to keep a proper read on Railgan. Railgan just started the production before Starkiller was going to. But yeah, that's all good, because now we get to go into our final game of the day. Let's just make sure our players are ready to rock and roll. Bum, 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 bum. All right, guys. Let's do it. Let's get down. Let's get funky as we go into the final game on King's Cove. King's Cove. Alrighty. Let's make sure everything is ready. There we go. 4-4, best of 9. Let's get into the fight. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, it's Railgan. And in the bottom right, our hometown. Oh. Sorry, everyone. We have to redo that. Oh. Oh my gosh, alright. Today is a struggle for me today, guys. Holy cow. Ugh. I promise we're more professional here. Well. All right. False start. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Okay. Boom. Pow. Chicka pow. I hope you guys are ready. In the bottom right. He wants to win some money. He wants to have some fun. Let's see if he can do both at the same time. It's Alpha X's Starkiller. This guy, he wants to do something that he wants to do, and that is win. Let's see if he can pull it off. It's Railgan. Railgan. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Wow. Alright, mirror builds. So far, hatch first from both players. I can count on 2 fingers how many times Starkiller has gone hatch first in this best of 9. 2 fingers, guys. So Starkiller, he's in the zone. He's ready. He's focused. He does not want to win this on the back of some quick and easy little snap. He's not Thanos. He doesn't want to snap and kill half of everything. He wants to earn the right of this victory. Yep. Oh, okay. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. Smoke's getting to my head. Okay. So no deviations. This is something that I really like in mirror matchup like this is watching the production tab and see just how much they both match up. Like even the timers of things are just the same, and they'll finish, and it's so cool. And when I'm watching, say, WCS or whatnot in a mirror matchup, I'll watch it and wait till I see a deviation. I'm like, okay, that's how it's going. And so we see our first one here is 4 Lings on the wait for Railgan. Starkiller opting to invest those larvae into drones. Get a slight economic lead, which if you're feeling confident that your opponent's not doing anything crazy is not a bad move. That's what sending your Overlord out is. Try and get a read. The Queens are able to do it. And actually, to play on the safe side, instead of getting those early Lings, he's going to go and get a Spine Crawler. Not a bad choice at all. Queen going to vomit all over the hatchery. Bending Mist coming on the way for Railgun. Potentially to do some aggressive play, we will see. But finally, for like the first time in a million years, we see a standard third base timing out of Railgun. This is normally what you want to see. A little bit before the 3-minute mark, you drop that third base and get it going. Ling's over here trying to deny any such actions out of Starkiller, but he is looking to get a lair. He's got it's gonna have double gas here in the main base, and if he keeps that scout out, then Railgan's going to have no idea. He actually hasn't seen the main base at all, hasn't seen anything of what's going on, does not know exactly what to expect, though since he is seeing that nothing is coming down for a third base, just know that Starkiller's up to something. 4 banelings are going to be up to try and deal some economic damage right in the mineral line, try and do a run by exploding. But some nice scouting lings from Starkiller. They're going to get into the main base, and they are going to see everything. See that one gas is going down, but that its gas is still being mined. Sees the baneling nest, and is going to start dropping some tech. Here come the banelings charging through. 2 instantly go down. The other 2 run straight into the spine crawler. Spine crawler is going to survive, but 4 gases here now for Starkiller, as he is going to go for Muta. 2 base Muta rush is the play of choice. This is what Starkiller hopes to win this game on the back of, but that is if he can survive a baneling bust here. The first queen at the front is going to go down. The second and third queens are going to be holding the line for a little bit longer. How much, no one actually knows. They're actually going to back up as they are super low on health and allow the lings to get in front. A bunch of banelings have finished, are now going to try and barge through. The lings in the front are not going to do well against that. One baneling takes out nearly all of them. What a huge hit. Starkiller was not paying attention. The Spire is about to finish, but it might be too little too late. The banelings are going to now run into the mineral line and try and get some decent hits. 2 lings, 2 drones have gone down. Starkiller is in a bad spot. The Spire is seconds away from finishing, but it might be too much damage. 8 drones have gone down. Roaches are now out here to try and defend. No mutas are here. Mutt-mutts will not. Now 3 have been started. The lings are now going to try and get us around. There are so many lings. The drones are pulled off the line to try and help. The drone count is plummeting. The lings are actually going to back up a little bit. The roaches are doing a lot. The drones are going to keep attacking. 14 dworkers now remain to the 25. Lings continue to flood across the map as well as banelings being produced. The 3 mutas are now out, but it might not be enough. Has Starkiller fallen? 51 supply to 24 in favor of Railgan. Railgan with the baning bust might have done it, folks. The lings are now going to come back in. The queen's going to try and close the distance, but they are going to ignore her like everyone else ignores the Queen of England. Ling's now going to take out the rest of the drones. 26 have gone down, 5 remain. It's a disaster for Starkiller, but a glorious success for Railgan. The mutas are trying to do what they can, but it's not gonna be enough. The lings are now gonna start to go. GG is called. Railgan is the champion, winning game number 9. Congratulations, guys. If you check out Matcherino, there might be still a little bit of time to use the codes. If not, I apologize, but help these players out. Thank you to all who use the codes and support these players. GG, everyone. That was a fantastic series. But before we go, just want to talk about GameStop one more time, because it's GameStop that helps players like these put on shows like this for us. GameStop is there for all of our Alpha X members, even in Europe. They have locations all across North America and Europe. They have monthly deals on their website. They have a loyalty program to help you get special rewards as well as discounts. They have trade-in options for any old games that you don't want anymore. And they will help you fix broken consoles and controllers so that you can continue to play all the games that you so dearly love. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Again, apologies for the production errors. It won't happen again. My name's Captain Canuck. I have been your host. It has been a fun one. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.